I follow contracts, but it's the lifestyle that appeals to me. I can do remote work while being somewhere different and amazing every few weeks.
A quick disclaimer, this review may be shorter than usual due to the Symbiant being a concise game. To stay relatively spoiler-free, I've decided to cut it very short. With that said, where to begin? Oh, right. You have the boy meets girl, girl meets girl, and boy meets boy. But what if you replace the second boy with an attractive alien from outer space? Well, that's the premise behind the Symbiant, the latest BL game from Hardcore Dev.
No, we don't. We're pretty good at escaping when things go south. Still, it doesn't hurt to have some kind of shield and weapons, if only just to look more intimidating.
I couldn't agree more.
The Tepshadi Pomus system is pretty promising. Good luck.
The Symbiant's story takes place in 5066, where Danya and his alien friend Juniper are manning the Amaretet, a spaceship tasked with transporting goods from the Milky Way. After being unable to obtain jobs and being entirely out of money, the duo suddenly accepts a pretty simple request. A handsome alien named Brave needs help transporting a certain plant aboard the ship. First glance, it seems like a straightforward premise, going from point A to point B, and the route that Brave wants to take is the safest place in the galaxy. But what follows soon after are 6 weeks of Danya's attraction to this sexy blue alien, and I mean it both literally and figuratively, and that's because this plant aboard is not described as one. As you go through the narrative, you'll learn a lot more about the characters, from the professions to their past. And who am I fooling? This is a BL game, so that Danya will develop feelings for Brave whether you enable the 18 plus patch or not. The two of them will do it, though there is a key difference in what happens. If you don't enable the adult option, the game skips these scenes entirely. Furthermore, scenes that show a bit of cleavage are all subtle at best. The most you'll get is swearing, but come on, it's 2023. A little swearing isn't the end of the world. I honestly was wondering how an all-ages patch managed to reach a 14 plus age rating in my country, because past experiences have always revealed to me that, for the most part, developers strive for a 16, but I found that that's likely done by zooming in on certain shots and with additional layers of clothing over the questionable parts. There's not much that I can talk about the gameplay. Honestly, it's a visual novel, plain and simple, with your usual choice answers. The UI is pretty simplistic, and I don't have any complaints about the font. As I said in the beginning, the entire narrative can be completed in about 2 to 3 hours, and that's if you're doing every single achievement. Furthermore, there are multiple endings, but at the end of the day, there's only one love interest aboard, Brave, and no, Juniper isn't an option. She's already got someone. The world building of the Symbiont is relatively self-contained, with all the events happening solely inside the Amaretet, and with other locations, such as Juniper's home planet or Brave's home, all being mentioned in text only. I wish the tale were a lot longer, but still. I had an excellent experience with the Symbiont, but my biggest gripe has got to be how relatively short it is to get through. Nonetheless, I laughed a lot at the interactions between Brave and Danya, perhaps even more than I should. The adult patch is not for the faint of hearted, but if you're willing to be brave, pun intended, then maybe this short experience is what you needed. Noisy Pixel is giving the Symbiont an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Please do the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
You'd be much more comfortable that way.
Noisy Pixel.